Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see a three-time Pro Bowler, Derek Carr, leading the Oakland Raiders as they match up with Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans. With that, let's head over to the space city of Houston. Standing by at NRG Stadium, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, on a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. From up top, I'm Brandon Godden. Charles Davis, as always, with me as well. And CD, defenses better be on their toes in this one because we got two quarterbacks who love to throw the football, and they throw it very well.
Over 4,000 yards each in the previous season. So what you're saying is, if you're a defender, hope you prepared properly. Hydrated, stretched, be on your toes, as you said, because the ball's coming your way.
Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Derek Carr's from the 34 now. Here's 1st and 10. This is Jalen Richard, the fourth-year man from Southern Miss. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense. From midfield, here's Carr. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And his throw here's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zay Jones that time. And that'll bring up second down. A look now at the Oakland offense.
And they're coming off a good win on the road last week, but they do know that they have a home game next week. So all the focus has to be, can they get a second win on the road and make going home that much sweeter? That's the intention in this ball game.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Here's Carr to throw. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. This game, this matchup means a little more to the Carr family. Derek Carr's brother David, of course, the first overall pick in 2002 by these Houston Texans. Spent 5 years as the Texans starter, and then he would eventually spend 6 more years as a backup in the league at various spots before calling it a career. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop. Defensively, here are the starters for Houston. They've certainly had their struggles against the run at the 30th ranked unit out of 32 teams in the NFL.
The numbers are definitely not in their favor, but every time I click on the film and watch them, I see stretches where they play against the run really well. Their biggest problem, when they give up those explosive runs, those 30, 40, 50-yard runs, that'll really mess up your averages.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Carr nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Benardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? There was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Carr. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Fourth down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And that is no good. But there is a flag down. He might get another shot at this.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag. But you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So a special teams mistake on the field goal try leads to a new set of downs inside the red zone. Running is Jacobs. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 13 carries, 60 yards.
And give him a ton of credit. He's running the ball really well. But I look at those guys up front. That unit is truly playing as just that. Every move that they make, their teammate understands what that move means and what they need to do. And right now, they're starting to grind it out pretty well.
On 2nd and 1, Carr. He completes it to Jones. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up. Golden opportunity, strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field. All right, this
rush coming, and he's taken down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Now Carr, complete to Jones. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Texans under their 6-year head coach, Bill O'Brien. Orchestrating the offense will be a man who, of course, won a national title back in his days at Clemson, Deshaun Watson. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A quick throw out wide to Fuller. And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13. And let's look here at the Houston offense.
Have no idea where they're putting in the food in the Martin household, but they've developed 2 terrific offensive linemen. Brother Zach, a perennial all-pro at guard with the Dallas Cowboys, but Nick, no slouch at center for the Houston Texans. He sets the tone for their offensive line. He's the pivot up front.
Now it's Watson. Finding Fells complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Give them 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown? So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Watson now to throw. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play.
I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't start getting some pressure on him, make him move around a little bit and do something with the receivers to, change up their timing, they're just going to get shredded as we've seen so far. Right now, they're off to a blazing start.
Yeah, and you are right. He looks way too comfortable back there in the pocket.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a pillow back there for him, all right? If as a defensive guy, they've got to dump him on his backside a few times, shake things up.
Now, they're going to need an in-drive adjustment here on this first series. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He was brought down by Eric Harris. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Watson. He's got Fuller. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Here's a guy on his 4th franchise in 2 years, Carlos Hyde. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? Because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
A first down carry now for Miller. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. A throw out wide to QT, complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. A shotgun snap for Watson. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. From the left hash, this from 39. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. No one attempted or made more field goals than Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
And they were grateful for every one of those that put 3 points on the board. But I'll guarantee you, Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is thinking to himself, we need to use them a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns.
Fairbairn now, following the made field goal, he'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Here's Jacobs. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Carr. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Like Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams came to the Raiders in March. Came up the coast from L.A., where he caught 41 balls last year with the Chargers. His best year was 2016 when the Chargers were still in San Diego. Over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, and the Raiders really have high hopes for this 27-year-old receiver. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Up to make the stop, the Texans' leading tackler a year ago, Zach Cunningham. On second down, Jacobs. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Carr now on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Counter play with Jacobs. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check pass.
Running from the gun, Johnson. Vontaze Burfict, the one to get him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep for the Raiders, Dwayne Harris. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Well, just like you said, they've got the lead, don't do anything silly, run the football, and that's what they did. They
would have liked to have created a little more room for their punter, but he'll take what they gave him, and he'll go out there now and try and get the ball off and help his defense.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And getting our first update now from Nashville. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Watson throwing quickly to Hopkins. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. It's complete to Fuller. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He lost 2 there. And it's 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything, so it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
The Texans on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. And he finds Stills, complete. A very solid gain of 27. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down, Johnson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
He's got his tight end. It's Fells. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 12-yard line. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. To throw is Watson. This is caught. 10 more there and another first down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Lamar Miller, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans have taken the lead. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And Lamar Miller caps it off with a touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over.
And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute, to put a drive together, at least get them in position to try a field goal.
Yeah, they've got all 3 timeouts at their disposal, so I'm actually thinking bigger. With those 3 timeouts, that amount of time on the clock, I'm thinking about trying to get a touchdown and settle for a field goal.
On the draw, Richard. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Carr gives to Richard. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Oakland. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Jones on the return. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Watson on 1st down. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these 2 teams as we come back for this second half. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So here are the Texans to take over. They've dropped 4 straight games coming into this one, remember, but they have the lead here. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 27. Out of the gun, Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Fuller. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
That's what I do.
From the gun, here's Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Watson. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Kenny Stills, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say, they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Bernardrick McKinney, a first-time Pro Bowler a season ago, in on the tackle there. On second down now, Richard. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels. Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Oakland. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. On the return is Jones. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. How do you break down his game so far? Just the one touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't. Not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. That's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Watson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still had the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From just shy of midfield, Watson and Stills bringing it in. And he's got this down to the 35. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Max Crosby in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. They give to Johnson going right. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Third and long. It's Watson. Open man. The tight end fells.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Defense.
Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. It's complete. Stills. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. One man in the backfield, that's Miller, 2nd and goal. Here's Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Darren Fells. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans push further out in front.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Now a pass caught by Zay Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr, and his throw is incomplete. You got a young quarterback, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
Mike, what now? What inning? You can't block me. You can't block me.
Carr now on 1st down. Catch made, it's Moreau. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. He got 29 yards that time.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Carr going to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Derek Carrier, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders get a score closer. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with an Oakland touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be taken about the 12. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Set to take over again, Deshaun Watson and this Texans offense. And you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right? Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home. The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Check 55 to Mike. Ready?
A quick throw out wide to Fuller. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. It's caught. Stills, right side. Touchdown, Houston. Kenny Stills with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Texans push further out in front. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
Partner, they're up big. They snap the ball from the 15 for a regular PAT, yet they fake it and get it. Is the kicker's leg tired? What's going on here?
I don't know, but defensively, now with this deficit, now you add 2 more onto that. They fake the PAT. That stings a little.
It definitely stings, and I know the guys that I played for, they wouldn't be as mad at the opposition as they would have been at us for allowing that to happen.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over.
I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Carr. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Complete to Zay Jones. It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Carr now, perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. He'll find his running back. It's Jalen Richard. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throw from Carr complete to Renfro. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 45-yard line. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Zay Jones was the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Carr. And this is incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And this Texans defense stands tall.
Now, that's just simply good coaching and excellent technique on that play. You know why? Because everyone wants to rush the passer when they want to throw the football, but you're not always going to get there. So what are you taught to do? When the ball's finally thrown, get your hands up in the passing lanes, and they batted that one away.
No, 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 no. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless, take care of the ball on the way out.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
They'll run it again with Miller. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the fourth quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest, and they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Watson with a give to Miller. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
It's complete to Fuller. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the Raiders' 14-yard line.
50, 19, 65, 65.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
The Texans on 3rd down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Watson now to throw. Johnson's got it complete. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
What's the run? They're running it.
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Right there, 55.
They'll run for it with Hyde. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They come out here in the eye. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
A give the first man through Gillespie of the fullback.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that lead will move from 20 up now to 23. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game film from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Oakland. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Here's Jones on the return. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now out comes Houston. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
They begin with a run by Miller. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Lamar Miller. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. On first down, Miller. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Good gain there on first down, and keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Now Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 34-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Watson throwing quickly to Hopkins. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Miller will get it. He has been busy today. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for the Texans. First down.
Two times.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
We got 4.
On 2nd down, it's Miller, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for Houston, a loss would have really hurt. As it stands, they finished the first half at 3-5. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.